For me also.
No, actually, I am presenting. That's why you can't share.
Okay, okay. Then no problem. Huh?
Okay, sir. I will.
Good morning, madam. Good morning, madam. Professor Gathod.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
सर मॅडम कालचं माझं फीडबॅक नाही झाला प्लीज बघा ना
Okay, sir. मी आज बघते.
yesterday I'm not unable to fill the feedback.
Okay, sir. I will see today. Yes. Am I audible, sir? Gunraj, sir. Am I audible? Anyone from the participant, please reply. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So good morning to one and all, and welcome for the day 5 session of refresher program on MBA accreditation, preparation and evaluation. The first session today we have criteria 6, that is facilities and technical support, and Dr. Shivaji Gungrad sir, the principal from St. Xavier Technical Institute, Mumbai, will conduct this session. Sir has done PhD from VJTI Mumbai, MBA from Anna University Chennai, ME in Biomedical Engineering from Mumbai University. Then sir has more than 30 years of teaching experience. Sir published 12 papers in national and international conferences. Invited for technical talk on biomedical instrumentation at different engineering college. Sir guided 11 master for biomedical engineering students. Sir worked for the development of medical equipment project assigned by DST at BARC. Also worked for the development of spinal cord stimulator project in collaboration with Dr. T.S. Kanaka, Chennai. Sir also registered for the PG teacher by the University of Mumbai. Sir, please wait. Sir also working as a member of 12th Plan Steering Committee for Secondary and Vocational Education for New Delhi. Active member of academic member of MSBT Mumbai and Board of Studies for the Instrumentation of Government Polytechnic Bandra, Mumbai. On behalf of Government Polytechnic Thane, I welcome you, sir. Now session is over to you, sir. Please proceed, sir.
Okay. Thank you, madam, for this information. I welcome all these participants and thanks the Government Polytechnic Thane principal and the organizing team for inviting me, because they have continuously the three sessions in the sense that 3 times they are conducting for this NBA because of the government's requirement. If we are not going for the NBA, then in future the students will not get the benefit, that is the fees. So it is meant for the private colleges that if the students will not get the benefit in the scholarship, in the fees, then the admission will be a problem. So it is always better that we can go for the NBA, and whatever the facility resources are with us, we can present properly and get the NBA. So now I will request the madam that we'll start the presentation.
Yes, sir.
Please have the slides.
are you, sir, are you presenting or I will present, sir?
Okay, I will present. Just you see that.
You try, sir, first. Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
Visual, no?
Yes, yes. So please click on that slideshow option, sir.
Now slides are changing.
No, no, sir. So please press Control F5 or above side after that animation slideshow option is there. Click on that. Home insert design on above side. Sir,
Yes.
sir, you stop sharing, sir. I will present, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I am not able to see the screen. Yes, okay, okay.
Now, sir, now.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, please wait, sir.
Uh, Welcome to all the dear participants as a faculty. And now I am presenting the 6 point that will be criteria 6 facilities and technical support. So first I will concentrate the word facilities and technical support. Whatever the facility which are available in our institute or college, we have to present in a systematic way whatever they require as per the NBS the criteria or NBS guideline. So we try to present in that way so that we'll able to get the 100 marks. So at the most some facilities are not there. So if suppose you are preparing and you are presenting, so the committee will be below. At the same time, for small things, you can request to the head of the department or the management or the higher authority so that they will also provide there some lacunas or some deficiencies are there. But first you have to say that whatever things are with us, we can present very well. So because we are every years we are going for the EMSBT online accreditation or this academic monitoring. So all these facilities are with us. Already our college is applying for the EICT extension approval. These facilities are there. And these facilities are related to only the classrooms and laboratories are there. And technical staff is about only the lab assistants. Only these 2-3 factors are there. And these facilities are 100% with us. Only we have to show in a proper way. So we'll go as per this presentation, and wherever the points are there, I will concentrate, I will highlight that you can present proper so that this 100 marks in your hands only. And this is the main responsibility of the person who is a coordinator for that facilities and technical supports or the coordinator of this NBA and the team under that. With the support of the laboratory in charge and lab assistant, you can get these 100 marks. So it is my assurance that only these two people will be cooperate and support so that we can get the 100 marks for this NBA or for this institution. Okay. Next slide, please. Now see here 100 marks are there, and this 100 marks will be divided in the 6 points. So out of the 6 points, the last 2 points will be related to the computers only. So that is the responsibility of the department or management. But remaining 4, that means 80 marks is in the hands of this our lab in charge and lab assistant. So one by one we'll see. The first point will be availability of adequate, well-equipped classroom to meet the curriculum requirement. Now they have given the 10 marks. Now every college will having the first slide only, madam. So I'll go as overview. So this equipment, classrooms, and meets it will requirement of this curriculum. So every the college institute is having the sufficient number of classrooms and the tutorials. So only we have to present in the proper way. Here the word is used that well-equipped classrooms. So only we'll more concentrate on the well-equipped, because adequate classrooms is always there for the tutorials and for classroom. Then 10 marks are there. So this 10 marks means just it is for our showing the presentation or showing a proper thing. Then second point, it will have 40 marks, means nearly 50% of marks are given for the second point, where it will be used the availability or adequate well-equipped laboratories, workshops, and technical manpower. Here at starting it is just mentioned that it is adequate required. So when we require the adequate, that number of lab assistants, the number of laboratories, and number of labs or workshop. So when we are showing all these things, as we are applying for the NBA, so if there is no deficiency, then all these things are with us. So means we are able to claim all these 40 marks because of just we are applying. Just now this 13 is the last date for submission of this AICT extension approval. Within that, there is no error, means no deficiency. If there is no deficiency, means all these facilities are with us. Only thing that the quality of the lab workshop, it will be have the additional marks. So that marks we have to fight, we have to create, and we have to maintain the registers and provide the supports. Then third point will be the additional facilities created for improving the quality of learning experience in the laboratory. So they have given additional one more is 20 marks for the laboratory work, laboratory experience, how we can improve the quality. By just taking the lecture, by taking just a presentation, the quality of the experiment or the quality of this education will not be improved. So it will improve with the practical hands. So maybe in the workshop, projects, or laboratory. So that's why this additional 20 marks, because we are showing we are having adequate, and the additional facility we can provide because of the lab in charge, the subject experts, the subject teacher, they will be do some small modification and show that these are the facilities. So means this 20 marks will also in our hands only. Then laboratory maintenance and overall impact. So all these things we are regularly doing from starting of the institution. Only thing that here we are doing the maintenance, the documentation is required. For the documentation, specific in your timetable or in a lab timetable, you always give 1 or 2 hours per week, so that the maintenance, all this documentation will be done properly, and the reports, whatever is required, so regularly it can done, so that the 10 marks will also will get. Then last 2 will be the availability of computer facility in the department and language lab. Language lab from last 5 to 7 years it will started, and it will be come under only the facilities. So this language lab will give the marks to the institution, to the department, and also for these facilities. So we will concentrate, because when we are applying for this AICT extension, lab is there, or online academic monitoring lab is there. So these marks are with us only. So we'll go one by one in detail, and then you will see that your confidence will be increased, and these 100 marks will be easily will get, and which will be helpful for getting the compensation of the other criteria. So next slide, please. Now see, first point here is availability of adequate, well-equipped classroom to meet the curriculum and requirement. So depends on the your intake of this first year. So if first year will be common, first year, second year, third year, so whatever the classroom 2 to 3 is required, you can mention which is already provided by the department. So that means it will be have the adequate number of the classrooms are there and tutorial rooms are there. So then it have the additional points is mentioned that meet the curriculum requirement with the well-equipped. In the classroom, which type of the well equipment is required? So we first write that adequate number of classrooms are available for conducting lectures and tutorials. So means here you will get that if suppose they are divided that for adequate 3 marks will be there, then at starting we'll get the 3 marks because we are having the adequate number of classrooms and tutorial rooms. Then next it will well equipped. Well equipped means we'll go for the classrooms are well equipped with modern LCD projectors which can be made useful for taking PowerPoint presentation and showing videos of interest. We'll show that LCD projector is there. So instead of writing or telling that LCD projector is there, so we can mention that this will be used, that modern LCD projector is there and which is used for the presentation of showing the videos of the interest of that particular class subject, and students will be getting the ideas and their knowledge will be increased. They will be also interested to see the demonstration or the videos. Such type of things we can explain at the time of the committee member. Then conventional blackboard or whiteboards are also provided in each classroom. So without the classroom is blackboard, we cannot teaching. So we mentioned that blackboard or the whiteboards will be there. Whatever is there, you can present, depends on the facilities available or resources are available. Next slide, please. Then the classroom are spacious enough to accommodate more than 70 students and are well furnished and AC tube lights and ensure proper circulation of fresh air and light. Now these are the general criteria when we are constructing building, when architecture will be designing, that time we have taken all these criteria about circulation of the air, then light points are also given, the fans will be there, and the accommodation as per the AICT norms, 66 square meter is there. So as additional 10% or 20% students was coming for higher class, second year. So that's why we always mention that it is more than 72 students will be used there, and these facilities are there. So only we are writing in proper that the well furnished classroom is there, here the furniture will be there, then fan or AC is there, whatever is facility available, tube lights will be there, and ensuring that proper circulation of air and fresh air and light. So if you see only this point, in the MSBT's academic monitoring committee, sufficient marks are given, that 3 marks are given out of this 100 only, that for only this point, the sufficient number of these tube lights, that 6 tube lights are there, 6 fans will be required in that laboratory minimum, then the windows, the air circulation, the proper light, about the 70% of the free space is required also there. Means it should not be the lab will be congested with only the table, furnitures and this other equipment. So for moving or for walking or spacious is required. That's why nearly 70% of the space, means free space will be required. Maybe the 60 to 50% of course is required. Only 50% will be tables and furniture. So you can arrange in a proper way that the table will be there and the equipment will keep on the table, and very small space or this vertically you can utilize for that, and remaining space will be used for the circulation. So it indicates that proper circulation, that air circulation and light will be there. Then next, what are the additional equipment? Once suppose we are having the LCD projector, so it will require the laptop or desktop with the internet facility provided in the classroom, and teachers can use wireless mic and amplifier if required. So we are showing that additional facility of equipment, that is laptops are there, or if it will be desktop, so we can use one, and also internet facility, because internet facility is available in the college, maybe the Wi-Fi or the wireless wire will be there. So this internet facility is there, and you can use the mic and amplifier if it is wireless mic or then the next classrooms are clean and having all wall mount watch and calendar to see time, date and day. See, this will be the simplest thing. The persons who will be, if we are seeing that whenever the guests are coming in our house or home, we clean our house, we clean our rooms, we clean all these things, and just want to show that we are more happy. So in the similar way, when committee is coming, we should not have tension. We always feel that the guests are coming, at the most they will guide us that how we can improve ourselves, how we can adjust with ourselves. And because of this NBA, the people are cooperating each other, the environment is also healthy. So any committee is coming, that time people are working, motivation are getting from the management, from the principal, head of the department, senior faculty, and the environment is also very nice. So you always feel that the such type of committee should come, like means for improvement, like NBA or MSBT, so that because of that committee, the other facility whatever is required, it will fulfill from the higher authority. At the same time, you are getting the idea to do some creative works. Maybe your small project you can display there or use like that only. Your ideas you can implement. So here, what happened particularly? Here we are just having one wall mount watch and calendar will put. So this will show that it will be the additional facility we are providing in the classroom. Is it not much more costly? But it is your idea, and where you can have the proper that calendar which will fill. If suppose the your college organizations or maybe generally the IST is providing, so that calendar you can put so that the people will feel that the IST, we are the member of IST. I mean, like that we want to show that we are in their line only and we are taking their means guidance, we are using their websites and all this regularly. So such type of things you can use, and this watch and this calendar, it will increase your 1 marks also. See, the cost is less, but your thinking and your presentation will be attract them. Then display vision and mission statement of the department on walls near blackboards. So particularly, it is always mentioned that you can use this your vision mission statement on the board, in the classroom, in the laboratory, wherever it possible. But in the classroom, you always mention that you are using the vision mission statement, and maybe from starting the first lecture, the staff members, those are going as a class in charge. So they always have 1 minute for the vision mission statement of the department and also maybe the institute. So the people and the staff member will be conversant with that. Otherwise, what happens particularly, the people at the time of only the committee or NBA will read and will start to mug up, and then it will see on our face that we are not conversant. So it always seen that you are not under tension, you are just doing all these things regularly. And because of this, at starting only we are having full concentration. So maybe you read, and like our school days, we'll have all these oaths and all these things, the national anthem. So once anybody start, automatically it comes from our heart. So in the similar way, vision mission statement, and whenever suppose we will have this meeting of the staff at starting of or the whenever we meet, so just anybody can start. Now just we'll have the revision of this vision mission statement. Maybe you should not give particular time, but it should have it, so that our vision mission, and within that we'll realize in our vision mission we are lacking somewhere or we are doing properly. So it inspire ourselves only, because wherever we are working, it is our bread and roti, particularly all these things for us. It will give the motivation to us, and we are giving the survival or we are giving the education to the next generation. So we are the model for them. And once suppose we are the model, then each and everything, it will be seen proper. So that's why all this vision mission statement, I request all these members, those are attending, they can see that they should be conversant with the vision and mission. Otherwise, they can take pen and write 2-3 times, and once suppose they are conversant, then they can discuss with the other that our vision mission statement of this department is like that, you should prepare all these things. And once suppose you are doing, so it will be beneficial to your son and daughter also, that whatever the vision mission of our department, so what is your vision mission of the statement of your school, like that. So then they will be think properly at their age only. Next slide, madam, please. Now, we have already mentioned all the facilities, all these things, but in a tabular form, because we are an engineer and we want to show in a systematic way. So in a tabular form, we'll write the description about the classrooms and tutorial, that number of classrooms and number of tutorial rooms, like what is used, how they will use it, maybe the classrooms, if it is sufficient, then for each class there will be one class, first year, second year, third year, or maybe the first year and second year they will be sharing, or they will be the exclusive, and also the tutorial rooms. And this 70 students, then tutorial rooms will be exclusive or it will be inclusive, like that. Then area minimum 66, you can mention whatever is there, 72, 80, whatever, and for tutorial is 20, and capacity 70 plus 20 plus, and rooms will be visualized LCD projectors, blackboard or whiteboards or smart board, anyone, whatever is required, available. If it will available all, you can write all. Then audio amplifiers, computer, laptop with internet facility. Here also you can write this watch all these things, whatever is there in the particular the room. So once suppose you are showing this at the starting of the first slide, this 10 marks will get, but in addition to the 10 marks, the person or the NBA staff, he will be motivated and he will see going through the positive attitude. So remaining marks will be supported. Otherwise, first slide or the first thing is not clear much more, then he will be suspicious that these things are there. So then he will try to reduce 1 mark. All the classrooms and tutorials, then he will try to get 8 marks, 9 marks. Actually, 10 marks is not a problem because all the facilities are available, even though maybe 2-3 facilities will not available. See, at LCD projector, everybody is having, blackboard is there, laptop is there, and maybe you can keep this audio amplifier. So all these facilities are there, classroom is there, then tube lights is there, fans is there, furniture is there. So all these things are there. So you try to get the 10 marks. Next slide, please. Now, second will be the available of adequate, well-equipped workshop, laboratories, and technical manpower to meet the curriculum. Now, see, at starting, we have seen about the classrooms only. In the similar way, we are going for the higher version, that is, as a technical education, we will have the laboratories and workshop. And for the laboratories and workshop, we require the additional staff, which is known as the lab assistant. That is a technical person. In the classroom, we can just open, close, and wherever we require for this equipment, we'll take the help of this lab assistant or maybe the semi-expert for computers. But in the laboratory, we require the third parameter, which is known as the technical manpower. So here 40 marks are there, means you can see that nearly 50% of marks are related to the only laboratory and workshops only, and to run that laboratory and workshop. So we'll go for this, that adequate 10 marks. This adequate 10 marks means whatever the laboratory is required as per the norms, CICT norms, the NBA is there, because all the CICT norms we are following in the MSBT for the academic monitoring committee, and the deficiency is not coming, means we are having all this adequate. So at starting, whenever it is mentioned adequate, so we can say that it will be adequate as per the AICT norms oblique NBA and no deficiency report. So you always refer wherever is adequate is required as per the AICT norm. So no deficiency reports, it shows that we will have the sufficient. Similarly, about the quality of labs, we will go in details, the technical manpower. Next slide, please. Now say education. Education means whatever I told that it will be sufficient, that is as per the curriculum, adequate laboratories and workshops are available with well-equipped and working instrument. So it is not only that adequate, but we are also mentioning that it will be the well-equipped laboratory. Well-equipped means whatever is required as per the curriculum, and it will be also in the working. So it is the priority given that whatever the equipments are in the laboratory, it must be work. If it is not in working condition, you should have do the maintenance, and for that maintenance you should have proper procedure, and whatever the procedure you are referring, all will be documented properly. Conduct practicals as per the curriculum, and beyond maybe 1 or 2 practicals you can conduct extra. So this will, we can say, always beyond the syllabus. Now suppose list of the laboratory, I am taking for the communication, basic electronics, computer hardware, computer software, then communication, basic control system are exclusive use for the department, and computer centers, applied mechanics, chemistry, other laboratory, this will be shared with the other department, because this will be required for first year and it will be common because workload of the department will be not much more. So laboratory will utilize fully for 2-3 departments. So we can say that it will be shared. So here list of the laboratory. Then similarly the list of workshop, because this list of workshop is common for all branches. So that's why it will become in every department, and that's why we have to concentrate workshop very well, because this will give the 20 marks additional to each department. So that is whatever the, as per the syllabus, the machine shop, fitting shop, foundry, smithy, welding, carpentry shops, and if mechanical department is there, you can also mention motor mechanical repair, motor vehicle repairs units and service facility, or if it is electronics, then you can have electronics PCB or manufacturing, whatever the labs will be there, you can mention, so that it indicates that you will have the adequate number of laboratories and adequate number of this workshop is there, so that you will get this 10 marks. Next slide, please. Then now we'll go quality of the laboratory or workshop. Once suppose we are having adequate, then we can go for the additional 20 marks. For adequacy, it will get the 10 marks. But for getting the quality, now what are the quality? See, when it is adequate, that time we mentioned that it will be have sufficient number of adequate number of the equipments are there, and these equipments are also working. So only same things we have to mention here. All laboratories and workshops are having adequate equipment with required experimental setups as per the curriculum and also beyond the syllabus. Same statement we are repeating here to show that it will be the adequate and quality. Now, what are the facilities which we are providing in the laboratory? Whenever we go in the laboratory, or the laboratory should have notice boards and blackboards, or maybe the whiteboards will there instead of blackboard or smart board, whatever is possible. But notice board is there. On that notice board, first that notice board will be properly, that the clothes will be there, whatever we are using, it will be cleaned properly. Second thing, that it will have the mention that name of the lab, whatever is there, then area and timetable particularly, then list of the experiment, then list of the equipments, the name of the lab in charge, lab assistant and lab attendant. You write in the footer, means downside, all these three names. Then whatever you can have the facility, you can show or present the charts on the different walls, means one wall will be have 2, 3, or maybe whatever charts are there. Then some instructions you should also write, that on off light, switch off the fan when it is not required. Like that, this will be the slogan type statements is there, which will be help the student that they can switch off or switch on the fans or lights if it is required or not required, depends on that. And it will give the small sticker type. Once college will be have such type of small sticker, they can use somewhere near to this equipment, near to the board, that fan tube lights, that switchboard is there, near to the gate, wherever it will be there. So that sticker you can print, maybe for a department 25 is required. So college will print that 100 with the logo of this particularly the college and maybe the department. So that 20 or 100 sticker you can put. So it shows that the department has taken the care. Departmental, the name is there and the institute name will be there. So maybe the year of establishment, whatever things you can in that sticker, you can highlight. So in addition to the switch on, switch off, so you can do the only color on off in one place only, and it will be attract the person's thing, that whenever person is going, just he want to read something because of that sticker. So it is not just that with pen or with other things. We always give the instruction orally, but in addition to that, this will be a permanent thing. And once suppose the institute or the department take the care, so then it will be everywhere. Then LCD projector computer with the internet facility. So we always try to show that the LCD projector is in the laboratory, so that whatever the projector, because whatever presentation which we are showing, so same presentation, the one person will be do the project or do the demonstration, and it will be seen on the projector. So everybody will be concentrated, means no need to come all students at one place, to the instructor, to the staff member, and just they will be have the one behind other, they will be not concentrating all these things. Once suppose you are having the LCD projector, everybody will sit on their own place and they will look to this projector and they can see comfortably, and they will be means attending with full concentration. So the silence and their attitude spacious will be also giving the motivation to them. Otherwise, once suppose the staff member will be giving the instruction for 3, 4, 5 students at one time, and the students will be chit-chatting, they will be doing some misbehaviors, all these things. Staff member is busy with for the demonstration, for giving the presentation or giving this explanation, and students will not much more interested or not fully concentrated. So here with the one projector, you can provide all this facility. Then next, in the laboratory, maybe the AC is there, or whatever the fan tube lights are ensured about the circulation of proper airs and light. So this is already there, because that is the type of construction only the architecture has taken the care. So only we have to mention and highlight that. Next slide, please. Then in that laboratory, we always laminate the chart. Maybe some charts will be there, depends on the experiment. We can hand over this chart to the student, and once suppose we will have some charts, so just we have to do lamination, and people will be, the students will take the advantage. They will go through that, they will read it properly, instead of hearing or only observing to the slide. They can read and give the full concentration. Then instruction for handling equipment safety. So you can also the slides or the what we can say laminated sheets will be there, which will give the charts or the instruction to handle the equipment. Means if suppose some instrument will be there, and about that instrument, you can keep one laminated charts or one laminated sheet that how to handle, how to start that equipment. Maybe suppose CRO, switch on the CRO, that's the switch, then adjust the waveforms, then increase the brightness if you require. Then you see the voltage division, time division, adjust these things, all these things instruction. And once suppose you see that the instrument is in calibration mode or in working condition, then you can give your signal and take the reading. So such type of 5-7 steps, one this lamination sheet will be there, which will help to the students, and it will show that the students individually going for that experiment, and also it is a creative thing. So it is not only the like one instruction is given, and that time if somebody has not concentration or not heard or come late, then he will be forget or he will not be getting the idea. So that's why we are providing all these things, and it is not much more costly. It will, once suppose you take one printout, then do the lamination, maybe 5-10 copies as per the equipment. Then checking earth regularly or periodically. So it is very important because of the laboratory. We are thinking we have to maybe monthly we can check properly whatever things or safety aspect, and also some charts you can prepare that when you are checking the earthing weekly, monthly or bi-monthly, whatever things are there, and take the signature and what are the parameters, how much is earthing resistance, 4 ohms, 5 ohms, 7 ohms, and depends on that the guidelines will be given. If suppose it will be increasing the earthing resistance, then you can use the water or you can use the related coal or the salt, whatever is doing from the electrical person. So it will indicate that you are taking the care and you are maintaining the things. Then 1 or 2 thoughts of the great scientists related to the labs, and also 1 or 2 thoughts of social and environmental quotes are there. 3-4 quotes you always keep in mind. Means whatever you will feel particularly depends on the lab in charge, because he should motivate or she should motivate on her or on his own, that maybe 2 to 3 that scientists the slogans or information or with the photos you can give, and also with the environmental about the greenery, about the waste, about this electronics waste, maybe whatever the civil branch is there, the debris waste, whatever things are there to avoid or to reduce that type of waste, maybe medical waste will be there, any type of, so it will give the some small the slogans or these different quotes will be there. Then equipment calibration dates, utility and sharing of labs. It is very important that if suppose you are doing some calibration, so mention that because you are having the register, date stock register, in that date stock register only you can mention when you are done the calibration, or if you are having the day wise you can mention also in that, or because of the computer we can have the calibration we are having that equipment DSR number. Under that DSR number you can mention that on that so and so date this you are, whenever the committee will come, so just you can go for the Excel sheet and do the calibration. So it will show that on which date which the instrument has calibrated, and they will get the idea that all these things are done properly with the proper procedure also. Otherwise, when NBA is coming, that time we are cleaning, we are keeping all these things ready, and they want that you show the all these things when you keep ready. So when you have repaired, when you purchase, and why you have purchased, it is for only the NBA or it will be required. So all this procedure is required. Whatever the procedure we have required, maybe from the department, from the students, from the curriculum, from the management support, all these things will be there, and one box file is required. So it will show the all documents, whatever things are related to the purchase. The different quotations will be there, different comments of that committee will be there, the specification will be there, the rates will be there, some demonstration whenever you are taking from the concerned company. All these things will be just you file in that. Sometimes it may be the burden to the lab station lab in charge that so many documents will be there, but only one file will be there for that maintenance. So you have to keep ready. Next, then revenue generation or examination is just revenue generation or this examination, because each and every lab will be not work on Saturday, Sunday. So if it will relate to computer, maybe for the offline or online, you can conduct some examination or generate the revenue. If it is related to civil mechanical, for testing also, it will generate the revenue. And that generation of revenue will be give the very good remark for the NBA, for the AICTE, as well as for the our MSBT. So whatever the revenue generated, so we can also consider or we can plan accordingly and inform to some other companies that we can conduct the examination. Maybe you can do the demonstration to the 9th, 10th standard students. So you can also mention that we are giving the demonstration, presenting or giving the motivational the presentation to the students to go for the technology, to come for the polytechnic like that. Then training provided, any type of training, so you can mention project done in that laboratory. If suppose 1 or 2 groups are doing project, we can list out that project and keep the model, maybe working or non-working, but it shows that they have done a project in that laboratory with the help of the guide, with the help of that equipment and all these things. And any other related certificate, like the best laboratory, maybe suppose ISO, or some company has given the calibration, or they have given some research funds. So such type of calibration certificates is there. So it will be also put on this wall so that the people will realize that somebody has sponsored or some company is taking the repair maintenance servicing or something is provided additionally which is not available in every lab. Next slide. Now third point in the particularly second number, that is technical manpower support, eligible and adequate. So this will be technical power, means whatever the lab assistant or 4 months will be in our laboratory and workshop. So that we have to mention the technical manpower is listed with the designation qualification is given in the following table. All the technical staffs are appointed as per the AICT guidelines and eligible criteria. Technical staffs are adequate as per the workload. See, we are having the lab assistant, but just instead of saying the lab assistant, we are writing all mentioning this thing that this will be the lab assistant will be used as per the designation qualification. As per the qualification and designation, and they will be appointed, and also the criteria. So these things just we are mentioning that instead of only the lab assistant. Next slide. Because we are having the 10 marks, and this 10 marks so we have to is to get these 10 marks. So we have to write, suppose in the tabular form also, our name of the laboratory, technical staff. So what is the designation, what is the required qualification, and what is his acquired qualification and total experience. So we are giving more details. Suppose name is Darshan, so he is a lab assistant. Then what is his requirement? Maybe the diploma or IT in computers, and acquired, he is presently acquired, suppose diploma in computer, and additional whatever he has done, the advanced diploma software or whatever the additional, and total experience is 12 years. So it will indicate that from last 12 years he is working in that laboratory. So some things he will be used. So when suppose they say that the person is having 12-year experience in lab assistant, they come and they will ask that lab assistant, what you are doing, what is your role, what are the equipments in the laboratory. So just they want to confirm that the lab assistant is concerned with the equipment or not. So we have to always train that whatever the things in the particular lab, so lab in charge and lab assistant will be more conversion, and particularly as per the lab, the lectures, because what happens when the NBA committees are visiting, they never call all the staff member at a time. So if our lectures and practicals is going on, so at that time the practical is going, the concerned practical staff members should also know the related equipments for that subject also. If suppose the NBA people are coming, I am conducting one practical, and in that practical I require some the CRO, function generator, power supplies, or some other demonstrator kits. So I must know that these are the equipments that are available for my practical, and we are conducting so and so practical. Today I am conducting this practical, and just I have given the demonstration, and the presentation is going on. If they want, they can just ask the students that, are you happy, or just common, because when they are taking the individual meeting with the student, that time they will ask, but at any lectures or practical, whatever is going on, only that they will concentrate. So the staff member also be conversant as per the timetable. So we have to say that the practical, if they will give generally the what we can say the time at 12:30, we are going to visit the laboratory. So when they are visiting at 10:30, then you adjust such staff member, those will give very good presentation, will be, what we can say, the best teacher who will demonstrate. So you can arrange that staff member and he will conduct the lecture or practical, because that individual lecture or practical will give the model for that institution, because they will not go for all lectures and all this thing. But at that time, whenever suppose they will visit 12:30 to 1:30 or 12:30 to 2:30. Within that 2 period, you have to arrange the best faculty from our organization so that the people those are visiting, they should also realize the staff members are very good. They are teaching at the proper level. Students' understanding is very nice. They will ask 2-3 questions. So that thing we have to adjust. In the laboratory also we have to take the care. Then, okay. Next point will be the 6.3, that is additional facility created for improving the quality of learning experience in the laboratory. Now we got this first 10 marks and this additional 40, so 50 marks get. Now this 20 marks is for the additional facility created. Now what are the additional facility we can create? See, already it is very difficult to get the sufficient teaching contact hour. In addition to that, how we can go for the additional or creative? So see, additional facility, it's effective utilization of the laboratory. Means whatever thing we are doing the additional. So in the laboratory, whenever we are taking one experiment, we'll give the relation or relevance of that experiment to the program outcomes or the program specific output. So whenever we are giving the CO, that is course outcomes, the program outcomes, and the specific program outcomes. So all these things will be related with the one experiment, and then we can show that the additional facility which we are creating for that particular this thing. We'll see in the detail. Next slide, please. Now see here, the facility name. We are providing the facility of LCD projector. So LCD projector is not required as the equipment. So it will be the additional facility which we have provided. So what are the facility details? The projectors are provided in all labs, classrooms, means we can mention if it is available. Then what is the reason? For better presentation and explanation. Once the projector is there, the presentation will be better, the explanation will be better, the students will understand. What is the utilization? Demonstration of practical experiment. See, it will give the presentation, but in the particularly the classroom practical or in the laboratory, it will give the whenever the practical is going on, just you can have the camera and this will be present properly. So demonstration or practical will be explained with real time and it will be more understand to the everybody. Then area in which students are expected to have enhanced learning. The students are exposed to more visual and videos. So whenever the students will be see, ideally, so they will be enhance their thinking power also. When they see the experiment, what are the things will there, how the staff member will be explaining, how he will be constructing the circuit diagrams, so that they will be, sometimes the students will take also the video and they will be see afterwards also. Means the experiment which is demonstrated by the staff member, we can put also on our website. So students can see if some students are absent, some students are not given the concentration, then he can or she can also use that videos. Large number of videos are available on Google for the different practical. So like that also, we should have maybe 10 to 20% as the experiment which we can have the on our YouTube. So it will indicate that we are providing facility. And what is the relevance to the PO, PSO, maybe PO4, POSO, whatever things are there, we can mention. So it will be give the additional facility to the students and it will create the additional facility. Similarly, internet, it is always have for all computers. Then it will give the information about projects and seminars. Whenever students want to go for choosing the project, to give some seminars, to give some presentation, to get some extra knowledge of this thing, they can use the internet. Already they are having the facility of their smartphones and all these things, but we are also providing through our computers and the internet facilities. Then every student get the opportunity to explore the website, and this will be also mentioned in your POs or in PSO. Then design, simulation, assembly, circuit, testing circuit. This is for electronics. Maybe similarly for the civil, all these things. What are the designs students will be able to do? So simulation software, the Skylab, then Eagle software. Maybe you can mention about the English language labs things to enhance the designing and assembly, to complete the project work, and student-centric learning achievements will be there. So additional things which we are providing to the laboratory, and this 20 marks the MBA people has to give, because you are showing that something which will be additional, which is not in the syllabus particularly, but because of these things, they may be changes or additional motivation, 5 to 10%, 20%, whatever is there, but you are trying to improve yourself to provide the facilities. Next slide, please, madam. Then laboratory maintenance and overall ambience. say laboratory maintenance is a, we can say it is a critical point, because we do the maintenance, but when we do the maintenance, if some equipment is not working. Then if it is not working and the semester is coming to end, then we will not concentrate whenever is required. But we always have the strategy in the laboratory. If equipment is not working, it will be report to each lab in charge on the same day. Then he has to report to the HOD, and according to the, it will repair first. Second thing, that if it will be repaired at the institute level, the lab assistant can observe, lab in charge can see, or the expert can see equipment, and he can repair the equipment properly, whatever the that heat is there, or whatever the that equipment or the machine, they can repair. Otherwise, it will be called to the expert. The expert means, if we are given the EMC, and depends on the EMC annual maintenance, that EMC, the people will come, they will be do their maintenance and go. Otherwise, we have to call the industry person, give the charges and repair. So this will proceed. Maybe it requires sometimes 1 month, no problem. But we are following the procedure, and under that procedure, the equipment will be repaired. So that is the main thing, and all these things will require the documentation. You can send the mail, no doubt, if you are called. So in the mail, you may always mention that with the telephonic convergence, so that it will be how the record that we are doing the procedure. Then all equipment kits will maintain in working condition. All lab assistant maintain these working and non-working equipment regularly. Faulty equipments are regularly serviced and well maintained. Then calibration setting is also done, and training are provided to the lab in charge and lab assistant. This is the main training is required to these two faculty, lab in charge as well as lab assistant, so that they will be more conversant with the equipment, and also they can use proper handling of all this equipment. Otherwise, the person who is not conversant with the equipment, all this thing, and he will be lab in charge, then he require the information, what are the specification of that equipment, when it was purchased, all these things. Once suppose lab in charge is there, lab assistant is there, they will be more conversant with this equipment, and they can maintain at their level, or they can follow the procedure and do the way. Next slide. Then annual maintenance, I told we have to do, depends on the management strategy. They will give the computers, that is annual maintenance, so that maintenance will be done regularly, or maybe it depends on the daily. The engineer will be in the campus, and they can do, or we have to call that engineer if computers are not working properly. Then about the electronics, CRO, DSO, signal generator, power supply, we can have a contract to the industry, or we can call their persons once a week, or whenever equipments are not working, and then you can maintain. Or similarly for the Canon Xerox printer, so that it will be used for the printing, it will use for the scanning, it will use for the xeroxing. So many purposes that Canon Xerox will be there, and it will be helpful for the staff and students also. So maintenance is also required properly. Next slide, please. Now, last one, that will be the availability of computer facility in the department. Now, what happened? The computers are available in the particularly computer centers or nearby, all these things, but specifically for the department. So we have to show that some computers are available. Maybe individual computers on the staff members, so that will be for the faculty. Some computers may be available in the laboratory, 1 or 2 computers. It will be used for the students for the presentation, for seminar, for the project, for writing, something they want to do. So additional, whenever they are getting the free time, within that period they will go and do. Or maybe one project lab. Here project lab, you can have 5 to 6 computers, and it will also not require the higher configuration. It will be used, whatever the computers will be there, so you can use that computer. Or this will be just for the preliminary level, not for the higher version to do the programming, all these things, which is already available in the particular laboratory. Here we can provide the facility, so that you mention maybe whatever the computers are there, what is the ratio of that computers, and what are these software, and detail about scanning, printing, all these things. All systems are well equipped with the software requirement, and they will be used for the project work, internet facility, provided without limitation of the requirement and students facility. Whatever is there in the project lab, we can provide, so that you can mention that additional the computer facility is there, or the availability of computer facility. Maybe suppose 2 to 4 or 5 computers will be in the library also. So you mention that this library facility are used for our students only, because minimum computers require 5 to 10 only, that for the audio, video, and the laboratory for in the library. So in addition to that, whatever the library, the computers are there, is used for the department. You always mention that two computers for one department regularly, and also give the timing slot. So only 2 students will not utilize for whole day. Maybe the regularly some students will come and they can come. There also you can write one the attendance register tab, which students are coming, at what time they are sitting. So record will be there, and accordingly they can see the problem. Next slide, please. Last is language lab. Now every college, every organization is having a language lab. Because of this communication and because of the globalization, the engineers will be more convergent to the communication. Otherwise, engineers will be sitting and just designing and working is now not sufficient. So because the people, those are coming from MBA and all these things, to handle the meeting, to do the research, whatever things are there, to attend the meeting, now in the presentation, the more skill is required. So that's why the English language lab is additionally added in the engineering colleges, diploma colleges, and that's why in every college we are having the language lab. So in the language lab, we are also having the facility of the 20 computers as per the requirements only, and some different the softwares are there. So that oral interactive language learning software or other language, and they are also having the facility. And this language lab is not only providing the facility or not only creative for the student, but it also be how helpful to the staff member. The staff member, those are coming from the rural area, the staff member, those are having language problem. So they can just take 1 or 2 hours and see that their voices, they can adjust properly. Their, what we can say, it is like a English language learning type. They can go for the grammar, they can, the vowels will be there, the tone will be increases or decreases, all these facilities are there, and you can just speak and you can hear on your own. So whenever we hear our own, then teacher will realize, see, now if suppose we are teaching in front of this our mirror, then our behavior, physical behavior we can see, and we will realize that how our face are seen, how we are enthusiastic, how we are giving full concentration, how much stress in our eyes. If suppose we are teaching with the tension, all these things will be seen on our front. So such things should not become to the mind, or it should not be seen. So whenever we are teaching, we must be the pleasure, we must be fresh. So all these things will be acceptable and it will be enthusiastic. In the similar way, the language lab will help, and it will be help for listen, speak, read, write, methods of language learning. Then excellent students monitoring and evaluation, because online will be there. So whatever the tones are there, they like online examination, it will monitor properly, it will give the charts, it will give the amplitude, all these things will be there. Then modularity design, listen to record voice and native speakers, repeat and record, compare acceptance and pronunciation. So all these things will be compared, and we can maybe conversant with this language, all these things. So in British, the grammar may be not considered properly, but in India, we will take the precaution, and our speaker or this person, they will be more conversant with the grammar, because whenever we learn any other language, we always go for the grammar. Otherwise, if suppose we are, our mother tongue is Marathi, and when we go in the rural area, it will speak in the different ways. In Konkan, in Marathwada, in Vidarbha, in South Maharashtra, all these things, even though it is a one language, in the similar way, the language will be spoken in different, with the different tones also. As per the, we can see the environment local. But for the English, we can, according to this laboratory, the help, we can compare and this pronounces, and we can also go for the influence of this language. So it will be helpful, and we have to show that how many staff members has improved their English, or how many staff members has attended the classes. So you should have a record in that laboratory. So these people, NBA, they want that the facility is created, it is utilized for the faculty and student, and also documented wise you are shown. So it should not happen that you are having the best laboratory, that English language lab, but nobody has taken the advantage. Then they will be reluctant to give the marks. So only facility creation is not the main aim of this NBA committee. Their main aim is that how the facility is utilized for the staff and students and for the next generation. So we have to see that whatever resources is provided by the management, the government or the organization. So we have to utilize for the students and also utilize for the faculty and do the best from our side. All these things are there. I request that if suppose somebody wants to have any questions or okay. Next, one more thing. Minimum there will be, the semester load will be there because in all of this both semester the workload of English language is not there, so it will be in the alternate what we can say the semester. So you can also show that this computer facility is available for the your department. In the fifth point is shown the computer facility because in one semester you don't have the language lab, so you are using in this other lab because only 6 hours is a language lab workload, and you can utilize this will be for project work, for preparation of presentation, for technical presentation, for exhibition, or maybe for giving the seminars there also, online seminars. So we can show the utilization of that laboratory. Madam, if somebody wants to ask the question, they are free to ask the question.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. Please ask it. You want to in.
Sir, I am talking about metrology and quality control lab.
Yes.
For calibration purpose, whether it's necessary to do calibration from third party or self calibration is enough.
Particularly the company from where we have purchased the equipment, their calibration is required. So third party calibration is always important because they give the certificate. In the certificate, the metrological or this the calibrated equipment, so it will be used for 2 to 3 years. So that calibration is more important, and according to that calibration, remaining equipment you can do the calibration. But one calibration from third party is always required with the certificate and date, all these things.
So one calibration is from third party, and afterwards we can calibrate in house, and that we can make.
Yes.
That is acceptable.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Participant, any questions are there? Other participant?
Sir, I just want to ask one question.
Yes.
If student strength is less, still we need to show all the facilities and all those registers?
Students are less in the laboratory or for?
No, if we are saying that according to the AICT norms, we will be making batches of 20 students. If my strength is less, so if I could not make 2 batches, then also whether I need to show all the infrastructure which may be required for the class of 60? Infrastructure I can show, but what about all the registers which you mentioned in your lecture? Those registers are needed to be maintained.
Which laboratory you are speaking?
We can take example of computer laboratories. Suppose 6 laboratories are there as per the norm. If my student strength is less, then whether all those infrastructure and the maintenance of all the documents related to that infrastructure is necessary.
Madam, when NBA people are coming, they always require that 50% of students intake is there. If it is less than 50% student average, then NBA we are not eligible for the NBA. And if suppose number of students are less, the number of laboratories remains same. So infrastructure wise it will be not. At the most you can have the facility. If suppose the number of the laboratories are there, you can reduce some computers or some facility, but you cannot reduce the number of laboratories because instead of 60, if you are having only 40 students, so you have to make only the 20 students batch only. Workload will be less, but you cannot avoid the number of laboratories. You can assign the work or you can provide this facility for the others also, but minimum infrastructure is required as per the intake only.
Okay, yes. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good sir, Vanwari from Babubhai. Hello.
Yes, good morning. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Specific question. There are 3 types of library. One is physical library, main library. Second is virtual library, email, that is e-library. Third is departmental library. how far the record keeping on all usage, record keeping indicating the usage of all these libraries and the working hours of library are important?
Sir, particularly say when NOMS has prepared, that time they concentrated on only the main library.
Acha.
Now the facilities has increased the e-library, and if you see physically or presently, very few students are going in the library because all the facilities they are getting on the internet. The notes are they are getting all these things. So that's why it is very difficult to present in the tabular form. We should always explain to the our that committee member that all this facility we are providing, because whenever we are having online lecture, we are providing this material online only. So they are getting like library. So we are giving all the books, so they take the books once and no need to come again because we are having the sufficient number of book banks is there. So number of students are coming less because of the one reason. At one time we are giving all types of books. And also you mentioned that all these books are available on the net because of so many journals, so many books are there. So physical coming in the library of the students is reduces. So they will not have any objection because of the facility they are able to see. That's why they can means what we
they can allocate the thing.
understood. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Welcome, sir.
Yes, Megha Jyoti ma'am. Megha Jyoti ma'am, you raise the hand. You want to ask any question?
Sir, what about the industry connect? It is mentioned that library should be connected to the industry. Means what is that concept, sir?
Nice. Particularly, library connected to the industry means there will be two criteria. Whenever the for the autonomous polytechnic colleges, when these people are coming for revising the syllabus, they should be ideally get the idea that what are the books available in the library, so that accordingly the syllabus updating, they can suggest the books also. Otherwise, suppose in my college, suppose our college is autonomous, and when industry people are coming for the board of studies for new syllabus, so they will be requested that these items are very important from the industry point. So all these things, if suppose they will be have the internet facility or this login with our library, they can check that such type of topics are available in which book, so they can mention that books. That's why it should have licensing, or we can give the login to the our industry peoples. And there will be two things. They can suggest some books related to their industry also. The students will be also get the benefits. Staff member is also getting the benefit. So there is no any additional cost. Only the virtual things will be there. Sometimes they require the books for the designing. Means after so many years they want to read or get some books. So they can physically order the books from the library, and we can provide the books to them also. Maybe 2 to 3 books they require, and they can read. So their fundamentals or their doubts will be also clear. For that, it is also beneficial. Otherwise, the books will be in the library only. Nearly 80% books are in the library, and only 20% books will be students are taking. So it is not utilization of 80%. So we can do the reverse. 80% books can go outside the library to the teacher, to the industry, to the students, and only 20% will be in the library.
Sir, one question is there,
What
sir.
is related to that performance of the practical with the help of the industry?
Yes, see, other means whatever the practical which we are conducting, it will be as per the syllabus only. First preference we have to give for the syllabus. But anyone, if suppose we are conducting 10 practicals in a semester, so 100% practical we are conducting with the syllabus. But one additional practical you can conduct related to that industry and that laboratory or that subject. So 10% additional beyond the syllabus you are conducting, and maybe take the help of that industry person live. So he need not be required to come in the lab. You can explain, but video recording type or with the LCD projector like our conference type, the person will be guided. So here it will be have a good impact that students will realize the instrument is in the laboratory, or he will get the demonstration from the outside. Even the equipment is not in your laboratory, so you can conduct the practical from the industry. He will give the presentation, and students will just observe like video recording. So that is the one additional facility which we can show to the MBA people, and also record in your curriculum or in a journal, so that one additional practical you are conducting with the help of the industry and maybe on the video recording. So it is not required that students should directly touch or physically do the practical. So that creative thing you are doing to improve these qualities.
Sir, one question is there.
Yes.
What documents related to internet service to student NBA committee asked?
See, in our college, whatever means particular, we can say that we are providing the Wi-Fi or we are providing the computer, internet to all these computers. So that is sufficient. See, internet facility, whatever is there, so we can provide a Wi-Fi or maybe in the all computers. So that will be, when your students are going in any lab or any desktop computer wherever, so you can get the access with the login. Only the college login will be applicable and then they can use. So that is more than sufficient.
Sir,
Whenever they have go,
sir, my question is about that. Whether we required to show them the speed of internet or some bills or
Yes,
some
yes, yes.
maintenance bills or some maintenance
No, no, no.
documents.
No, particularly two things are there, because whenever they will be come, so they will be check the speed by software only. How much is the speed of that internet first, and at the time of filling the AICTE extension form, we write that speed and also we submit the bill. So two things are there. Already the organization or the management or the principal, they are aware about that, how much speed they have kept. They have given minimum the speed of AICTE. So according to that, it is there. So maybe some speed is less or maybe always less. So it will be accepted. But whatever you have put with the bill, and that is sufficient. So we should not bother, because whatever is shown, maybe the 40 Mbps is shown, so that will be available. If it is 100 Mbps, then it is also sufficient. Means as per the AICTE norm, management is providing, or the principal at the time of uploading the AICTE approval, they are filling the proper, and that same thing we are using for 1 year, maybe license for 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Yes, Abhijit sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Abhijit
Yes,
sir,
madam.
that speed and that internet service provider, that document we need to show in criteria 9, sir.
Yes. Okay. Well, they will discuss proper details.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you, madam.
Welcome, sir. Sir, one more question is there.
Yes.
Is there any documents required regarding infrastructure? If very old infrastructure is there, then.
No, madam, infrastructure means only building infrastructure is there, and that building infrastructure at the time of only the NOC from or the building completion, that is more than sufficient, because all these changes will be done as per the architectures only. Even though our laboratory, whatever we are doing, all this will be there only. So it is not our role to show the infrastructure, because laboratory, all these things, infrastructure, it will be in the civil or in the institute level, that maps and all these things.
Okay.
And generally, this infrastructure-wise, nobody will take the objection, because once we are getting the continuation from AICTE, the building infrastructure is always there. So all this area, it will matching. So nobody can manipulate. So infrastructure at the most, some speed maybe shifted here and there, but the total area, total things, it is on the paper only. The permissions are there, the taxes are there, so we cannot manipulate. So that's why infrastructure will be as it is. Even though it is old, no problem.
One more question is there. What are the mandatory documents for language lab?
So language lab means only that whatever 20 computers, the purchase order, whatever is there first. Second, the software which we have purchased, and the renovation of 1 or 2 years, whatever is going. Only these 3 documents are there. And also it required that audio, this facility, whatever the hearing aids will be there. So only these 4 or 5 documents will be there. That is more than sufficient.
Okay. So now no more questions are there, sir. Shall I conclude, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So the highlights about the today's sessions are, so I discussed there is no manipulation is possible in criteria 6, that is facilities and technical support.
Yes.
Whatever is available in the program or institute, the infrastructure and facility wise, we need to put as it is in SAR. Then for availability of adequate well-equipped classroom, it is for 10 marks. In this, we need to show the adequate number of classroom, and that must be 2 classrooms are required for diploma. The classrooms are equipped with modern LCD projector. Classroom must have black and white board. Classroom can accommodate more than 70 students with proper circulation of air and light. Internet connection must be available in classroom. Classroom must be clean and have wall-mounted watch along with the calendar. In a classroom, we must display the vision and mission of the institute and the department. Then the documentation of class must contain the details of cleaning classroom and signed by the cleaning staff and approved by the head of the department. So let's go discuss. In tabular form, we need to keep the record of classroom where it indicates the number of that classroom, the usage, then it is in shared or exclusive, then the area, capacity, and what facilities are available in that classroom. Then in 6.2, that is availability of adequate well-equipped workshop. It is for 40 marks. It's having 3 points. First one is the adequacy for 10 marks. As per the curriculum, the adequate laboratories and workshops are available with well-equipped working instruments as per the curriculum. Then the proper list of lab or workshop must be available with the department. Second is to maintain quality of lab as per the curriculum and beyond the syllabus. All the facilities are available in that lab and must be and the record of that must be available with us. Then lab must contain the notice board and blackboard. The area of lab, mostly 66 square meter, is required. The timetable must be available, that is current timetable and the previous year timetable. The list of experiments, the list of equipment with specification and cost, name of lab in charge and lab assistant and lab attendant, then some instructions for the students and the faculty. Laminated chart or procedure for experiments must be available. Then instructions like on, off, light or fan. So then the thoughts of some 1 or 2 great scientists related to that lab and some environmental related codes must be available. Then the instruction for handling the equipment safely, equipment calibration date, utility and sharing of lab, certificate of equipment calibration must be available. And weekly 70 to 80% lab must be utilized and 10% lab can be utilized for maintenance. Then if lab is utilized for conducting various events or activities for revenue generation, then that document must be available with us. We need to keep the record of revenue generation or examination conducted in that lab, and we can show these some projects done in particular lab to the committee. Lab also contains the document related to FDP, STP. Some working project or not working project can be kept in that lab for demonstrating to the students. And we need to present all the things must be properly in front of the committee. Then in technical manpower support, it is also for 10 marks. Lab assistant involved in particular lab, for them, the data must be presented in a tabular form, which mention the name of technical staff, their designation, the required or acquired qualification, and total experience. Also keep the certificates. If any lab assistant going for any training, then that certificates must be available with us. It shows the creative work done by your technical manpower support. Then in additional facilities and effective utilization relevant to PO, PSO, in this it is for 20 marks. Here we need to keep the record in tabular form. It first contains the facility name, which indicates the name of equipment or facility like LCD projector, internet or testing kit available in that lab. Second is the details where this equipment is used in our premises. Third one is the reason for facility, means why it is used. Then the creative utilization, which indicates which practical experiment or equipment is used. Then the area in which students are using to have the enhanced or earning in this we need to indicate the benefits to the students through this equipment. And the last one is the relevance to PO or PSO. Here the PO or PSO is related to this equipment that we have to show. Then in 6.4, that is laboratories or maintenance and overall MBS, it is for 10 marks. All lab in the department well equipped with instruments required for conducting the experiment as per the curriculum. All equipment or kits are well maintained in working condition. Lab assistant maintain the status of working and non-working equipment regularly. The document must be available for training provided to lab assistant. Then lab assistant must be able to give the clarification if any instrument is not working condition. Then the annual maintenance, the contract must be given to concerned company. That contract document must be available with us. In criteria 6, the proper record of lab equipment and lab in charge must be available to show committee. Then in availability of computing facility, it is for 10 marks. We need to keep records like number of computer terminals, student computer ratio, that is 6:1, the details of legal software, details of networking, details of printer and scanner. The internet facility must be available for the students so that students can perform the project in that particular lab. And the last one is the language lab. It is for 10 marks. The language lab must have the legal software with features like LSRD, that is listen, speak, read and write method of language learning, excellent student monitoring and evaluation system, and the advanced features like the compare and compare the concept and the pronunciation. The language lab also contains LCD projector, and the utilization of this language lab, this document must be available with us. So this is all about criteria 6. On behalf of Government Polytechnic Thane, I am thankful to Dr. Shivaji Gungraj sir for taking this session, and hope you will provide your service in future also, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Thank
You, dear participants. Bye. I will leave the madam.
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Radhesham sir, are you there?
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, sir.
Should we start or you take a break?
Sir, 2 minutes break.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, sir. Shall we start, sir?
Yes, madam. You can start.
Okay. So good afternoon to one and all. Now next session is based on criteria 7, and that is continuous improvement, and criteria 8, that is student support system. And Mr. Radhesham Singh sir will conduct this session. Sir is currently working as a selection grade lecturer at MS Sabo Siddiqui Polytechnic, Mumbai. Sir also holding an additional charge of NBA coordinator for MS Sabo Siddiqui and for mechanical department from 2016. Sir has more than 23 years of teaching and 6 years of industrial experience. Sir has done his MTech from VJTI Mumbai with automobile engineering specialization, and then the BE from NIT Durgapur, West Bengal. Sir conducted the workshop for Armite College of Engineering, Asangao, and the institute got accreditation. On behalf of Government Polytechnic Thane, I welcome you, sir. Now I hand over the session to Radhesham Singh, sir. Sir, please proceed.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Screen visible, madam?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon to all, dear friends. I'm myself Rajesh Singh from Sabasuddhi Polytechnic. I'll be discussing about criteria 7 and criteria 8. Criteria 7 is about continuous improvement. Am I audible, madam?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay, fine. So it is this is the breakup of the marks. Many other experts must have shared this, right? Continuous improvement is 75 marks. And student support system 50 marks. Please note that student support system is an institute level criteria. Continuous improvement is a departmental level criteria. Okay, so it's a total 1000 marks. So at least you have to score 650 around, above 600 to get 3 years accreditation. Okay. Continuous improvement, as the name suggests, it is very much clear, right? There should be improvement on continuous basis. That means year on year basis, semester on semester basis, right? So continuous improvement reflects the quality of academic output and our efforts. Continuous improvement reflects quality of academic output and our efforts. So you can see how we can measure our efforts, right? How well we are performing. Criteria 7 is a gist of what we have done over the years. There's another way of explaining this. It is a gist of what we have done over the years. Though 3 saal ka, whatever the result is there, that is reflected in criteria 7, right? This criterion helps experts know the academic standard of the applying institute. So what they do, when we put the NBA, when our application is screened by the experts, by NBA experts, they look at the criteria 7 first. Right, whether the institute, in which direction institute academic standard is going, right? How effective our teaching learning process is reflected in this criteria, right? You may have a very robust teaching learning process, very nice lesson plan, all those things, lectures are being taken as per the lesson plan, everything is being followed, but net result in a there is no continuous improvement. There is a fall in right, various indices, like maybe a fall in API, fall in success index, right? Then all that process is now is not of much use unless until the API is improving, unless until the POs are improving, unless until the success index is improving, right? So this fourth point is the how effective our teaching learning process is reflected in this criteria, right? So criteria 7 is the summary of your teaching learning process and effectiveness. One thing to be noted is there in the earlier October 15, right? LBSR, there were 10 POs, but now for diploma there are only 7 POs. So that we must get relief, must be relieved, right? So there are not 10 POs, there are only 7 POs now. So they have merged 2 to 3 POs, right? So there are 7 POs. He has to 7 POs we have to deal with for diploma, not for degree. I think for degree there are 10 POs. For diploma there are 7 POs now, right? It's January 19 SAR. You can download from the NBA website. January 19 SAR, NBA SAR, right? There it is mentioned. Now let's come back to the how we are going to fill our various formats that is given. So they are asking for PO1. PO1 is applied knowledge of basic mathematics, science, and engineering fundamentals and engineering specialization to solve engineering problems. Right now, here it is the target level. What is should be your target level? Now, that the institute has to decide. Now here, I have taken as 80% of 3. We cannot take 90% is too high. If I take a target level of 3, it's almost impossible. Do the student score 100 out of 100? No. So here you have to take, you can take 70 also, right? Then next year you can improve to 75 and next year to 80, right? So as a general, you should take 80% of 3. If I say I've taken 80, my target level is 2.4, 80% of 3, that is 2.4. But my attainment is say 1.9. Right? So there is a minus shortfall of 0.5. See, so you have to write in the main. This is not attained. So there is a huge gap. Now what to do? You have to, they're asking for action taken. Now you have to find the regions then. You have to find the regions, right? Let us see that PO attainment depends on direct assessment and indirect assessment. Direct assessment 80%, indirect assessment 20%. Right? So 80% has a direct assessment has got much more weightage, right? Now let us see, check if the RDA is low. Generally RDA remains high because alumni and employer generally they give high rating. That is my personal experience, right? So anyway, if the RDA is low, suppose according to you, so if so, take feedback to know regions and accordingly make action plan. Ask those people who have given the low rating, right? They will give these other regions, and those regions you can fill the gaps, right? Then direct assessment. Direct assessment depends upon first that we make the CO, PO, PSO the relation matrix. That has to be carefully made. I think there has to be 2-3 in the institute. Generally, what happens? We generally leave it to the individual faculty. This is your subject. You prepare a CO, PO matrix, submit to us. Right? That is not a good practice. That is where we make the mistake. I think there is CO, PO matrix, CO, PSO matrix should be moderated. There should be a committee of 2 to 3 expert person who should moderate it. Right? And then there is a CO attainment. CO attainment, right? Check the relationship matrix, right? So what we have to do, check the relationship matrix, whether properly made or not. For example, if English teacher, if you leave it to the subject teacher only, what happens? If you suppose English teacher has shown strong relationships of 3 for PO1, then it is erroneous because PO1 is about application, math, science, engineering fundamentals. So that means that English teacher had not studied POs properly, right? She has put the number randomly 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, right? That way she has submitted, right? Second point is that if the relationship matrix is proper, suppose it is proper, right? Then find out the low level of CO attainment, PO1. The PO is related to what? Science, math, science, engineering fundamentals, right? So if the relationship matrix is proper, then find out the low level of CO attainment. Analyze the courses having strong relationship with PO1, such as all math, science, basic engineering courses, right? Accordingly, make action plan. So results in these subjects must improve. So you should focus on math and science and engineering fundamental subjects. Now, suppose for PO2, your again 2.4 will be your say fixed. You take 80%, decided take 80%. If you decided that take 70%, they take 70%. Suppose I have taken decided that I'll maintain my all target level to 80% of 3, that is 2.4. Now, suppose in case of PO2, my attainment level is 2.4. I write here observation target achieved. You have a supporting documents will be there, right? There is, so you write it. Yeah, I have achieved the target. There is nothing to hide that. Similarly, PO3, whatever may be the case, if it is 2.4, maybe above 2.4, above 2.4 is hardly not possible, right? And it is 2.3. Suppose it is 2.3, right? So we will almost achieved. You can write it. You can write it almost achieved, right? You can write it here. We say if I say here it is 2.3. You see, if I 2.4 is there, 2.3. So what I write here in observation? Almost achieved, you can write it. right? Almost achieved. Okay. Similarly for PO4, similarly for PO5, similarly for PO6, PO7, right? And then similarly for PSOs, right? The PSOs I'm not mentioning here because PSOs for different branch is a different, right? For mechanical PSOs are different, right? For electrical it is different, for computer it is different. But table will be same, right? Your method will be same, right? There also you can keep 80%, or if you want you can change also. It's not necessary to keep the same target 80% of free only in both. So it is here, but don't keep it too low, right? Don't keep it 60% of free, right? That is too low, right? So here it is. So what documents you have to maintain? Documenting evidence of POs and PSO attended 10 marks, gaps identified, shortfall improvement continuing 5 marks, the plan of action to bridge the gap, and improvement 10 marks, right? So you have to maintain this. The supporting documents you require is that PO-PSO survey obtained from employers, right? That indirect assessment, IDA, right? You see that this IDA I'm talking about. You see this is indirect assessment 20%. There you require, right? So,
Hello.
yes, hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, PO-PSO, that is a indirect assessment, PO-PSO survey obtained from employers that you have to maintain the file. Direct assessment, CO-PO-PSO matrix, right? CO-PO-PSO matrix of each subject, right? That you have to maintain. Calculation sheet for reaching attainment and method explained therein, right? That these are documents you have to maintain. Okay. Now let us see gaps identified. This is the one major area, right, where we have to focus. How to identify the gaps? Gaps identify shortfall, improvement. Even if you identify the gaps, right, you will get some marks. Out of 5 marks, at least they will give you 2 marks, 1 marks, right? So identify the gaps. How to identify the gaps? There are, right? See, I've listed some points here, right? Let us know about that. Check if prerequisite topics for a particular course is missing from curriculum, which is cause of lower CO attainment. Sometimes it happens, the board may have designed a nice curriculum, but sometimes in some subjects you find that, right, some prerequisites, some topics should have been taught earlier, right? Okay. So what happens is that you identify that which are the prerequisites. So generally what we do as a lecturer, what we do, we try to take one initial one or two lectures, right, to fulfill that gap, right? So why don't you make a record of that? We are doing it. Many things we do. Remember that is what my experience is. My experience is with NB is also that many things we do it, but we don't maintain the records. So record keeping is the most valuable thing in NB, and that will fetch you marks, right? Just like ISO. ISO, what they say, document what you do, or do what you document. I think philosophy is this: document what you do. So in NBA also that philosophy is equally applicable. Document what you do. So that means if I have taken, right, some additional topics which are not mentioned in the syllabus, but I taught the student because it was need for that particular course. So what we do, I put a format, I'll put it in a format, I'll show you one format, right? Gap identified format, right? Submit to HOD, I'll say that I am engaging this extra 2 lecture for that and maintaining the file. You get some marks, you get the mark, right? Then certain skills not being imparted through curriculum which is needed in industry. Now, what happens that when you're taking the feedback from PO, PSO, and they're giving you some rating, right? There, you can also add, in the bottom, you can add certain points, statements like, what are the additional skills do you think the students should have, right? So at the time of giving the rating of PO, PSO, right, they can also mention these are the skills missing in the students, right? Even if they mention one or two skills, right, based on that feedback, we can conduct some extra lectures, some additional practical course, right? So maintain that document, right? Then there is a fall in success index. You see the success index is falling, find out the region. If you find the region, that means gaps are identified. Fall in API, that we can see MSBT, from MSBT result, we can find out success index. Fall in API, find out the regions, right? Gap is identified. Take feedback from employers, right? Students our students who are already employed after passing out, right? Try to have a contact with alumni data we are maintaining, right? So take the feedback from there. We can divide different formats, right? You can take the feedback, right, regarding which skills they need to be imparted at the time of during diploma, so that they are easily employable. Our employer doesn't face much problem. And they take feedback from alumni also. Our own students, they will explain it in a better way, in fact. So our own students who have joined the industry, ask them, what are the qualities that you are missing? What are the other things that we should teach at the institute, other than what is mentioned in the curriculum? Right? Make the list, conduct about 2 to 3 classes, practical courses. So we have to go beyond what is given by the board, right? NBA is talking about going extra mile, right? Okay, not like Lakir ko Fakir, that way. So in education system, if you have to make the education system the dynamic one, right? Not make it stagnant. Board has devised a curriculum. We are just following it, taking lecture, practice, exam, conduct hoga. This is stagnant way of working, right? Make it dynamic way of working, right? Let there be churning, right? Teach them extra lecture. Keep the student busy. This is your today extra lecture, right? Related to POs, PO number 1, PO number 2, PO number 3. This extra lecture, but related to PSO 1, PSO 2. Now here I have shown one format. Whenever take a lecture, this is very useful for maintaining your records. Gaps identify, mention what gap you identify. Suppose there was some topic you taught, you mention the name of the topic, curriculum gap was there, right? On which date you have prepared, class, number of students, right? Resource person, who was the faculty. Maybe it was my subject I taught. I can write my own name. If you have brought it from outside, related to some other gaps, then mention the name of that person, that expert person, right? And here in the remarks column, you must mention which you, right, you are addressing, right? Which you. If it is not CO, you can mention also PO also, right? You can also PO or CO. We can write CO also, right? We can write here. You see, mention which PO COs are addressed. You can mention here CO1A, CO1B, or something like that, right? Mostly PO or PSOs, right? So this is one format, right? Maintaining the, as I said, maintain the documents. Document what you do. One line formula for NBA. If you want to get NBA, then document what you do. Do what to document is another thing. The NBA has already given the format, right? So document what you do. One philosophy, you take it, right? So write in bold letters, right? Whenever you open a mobile, it should come here, document what you do. Okay. Okay. Then there is a success index, right? Improvement in success index of students, right? I've given some figures here. I figure, is it showing improvement or decline? It is showing a decline term, right? 2 years back, passed out, LYG, last year graduate. LYG means last year graduate. Last year graduate -2. Another 2 years back, right? You said past 2 years back, their success index was 6.0 or 0.62. Then 1 year later, it is 0.61. Then another current last year graduate is 0.61. So this is a declining trend, right? This should be arrested. Either it should not decline, it should at least remain constant, right? Improvement in success index is a lot of effort is required. See, improvement in success index, how you can improve it, reduce the number of KT. See, I have written here, how to improve success index, reduce number of KTs and background. First year, if you focus on KTs, you will improve your, it's a one-line formula. It's a one-line formula. Success index is falling just because you are having more KT. Because success index is in two parts. One part is with KT, another part is without KT, right? So if you reduce the number of KTs, then number of students taking more than 3 hours will reduce. Get my point? See, success index is falling because of two reasons. First is the students having at least, even one KT student is having, he is falling out of this numerator. Number of students who have passed from the program in stipulated period of time, right? With KT, without KT, there are two options, right? So numerator is getting reduced, right? And if a students have more than 3 or 4 KTs, something like that, yeah, 2 semester back KT, he will have a drop, right? Now he will pass in 4-year time, maybe 5 years, more than 3 years. So there you will have a negative impact. So one line solution is that reduce the number of KT, reduce KTs, reduce KTs, reduce KTs, right? You will have a good success index. Just focus on KTs. And those KTs are mostly happening, I think, first year subjects. Just do the analysis. We'll come back to the IQAC role on that, right? Later. Then there is a placement index. Placement index, both are included. Those who are placed in industry or those doing higher studies and those who are doing entrepreneurship job, that means, right? So 25% more weightage is given. X is for employed in industry, right? So 25% more weightage is given to X, employment in industry, right? 100% weightage to higher studies, right? And also 100% weightage to entrepreneurship. So this value should also be above 8. 80% of the students must be either going for higher studies or doing some job. So that you see that here again you see here it is, this is improvement. 2 years back it was 0.8, right? 1 year back it is 0.81, and then last year it is 0.82. So if this is a marginal improvement, 0.0 and 0.0, right? That carries value, right? Right? That's more than sufficient. Improvement should happen. However small. Improvement should happen, however small, right? So that way you can have a. Similarly, API you already know, right? So API should improve. API is related to percentage marks score by student. Now in API, all are included, whether with the backlog, this thing, student passing either in 3 years or taking more than 3 years, right? Those who are left out in the success index are included here. Remember that in the success index, we are taking in success index, Number of students who have passed from the program is stipulated period of course duration. That is diploma, 3 years diploma. So we are taking only those students, we are considering only those students who are passing in 3 years. If you are taking 4 years, they will not be counted here. Right? So where they will be counted? They will be counted here in API. Okay. So no student left out. If a student left out assessment days, he will be counted in API. Right? So this is the PPI, the percent of marks score. So this should also improve. Maybe if you have 2 years back, you have 70%, then you 1 year back you should have 75. Then the last year you should have at least 78. Right? Then internal academic audits to review complete academics and to implement corrective actions on continuous basis. Right? This is 10 marks. Right? How internal academic audit is happening? How many audits you have conducted? Right? 2 years back, 3 years back you had 1. 2 years back also you had 1, but last year you had 2 academic audit. Okay, that way means. Right? Dr. Mensah. Now we'll discuss more in about academic audit. Now let us understand what are the board is already conducting internal academic audit, monitoring committee, the external academic monitoring committee. Let us compare them with vis-a-vis IQAC, right? IQAC is required by NB, yeah? Remember that. So we can make use of internal academic monitoring, right? Right? And so IAMC is internal academic monitoring committee, right? EAMC is external academic monitoring committee. IQAC is internal quality assessment cell. The difference between the two is similar to the difference between quality control and quality assurance. Right? We have already, those who are especially from mechanical, they must have knowing better about quality difference between quality control and quality assurance. Right? Quality assurance is like an insurance for quality control. You have a quality assurance, that means there is a quality control is in place. Right? So quality assurance makes sure that the required good sound QC is in place. Getting my point? Generally, people get confused. Well, they understand quality control and quality assurance are two entirely very different things. Quality control is what you are actually controlling the quality by measurement. But quality assurance makes sure that you have a quality control. How can I know that you have a quality control? It's a quality assurance which tells that you have a quality control. So quality assurance is sort of guarantee of quality control. This is the one. In this one line we can differentiate between quality assurance and quality control. Quality assurance is a guarantee that you have a quality control. Right? So one approach towards quality assurance is quality audit. See that now you're coming here, right? IQAC, internal quality assessment cell. That means one of the approach towards quality approach is quality audit. Another approach is a summarized report that industry follows. Right? We don't need here any. We can implement in education system also. So IQAC is similar to quality assurance. Okay. I'll show you one flow chart. Right? I'll show you one flow chart for IQAC. Right? I see. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. So IQAC, let us see. Feedback from students. What do you do in internal monitoring committee? We take feedback from students, right? We take feedback on teaching and facilities. Okay. Teaching process and facility. You maintain it as it is, right? What do IQAC say? IQAC will overview, revise it, right? IQAC will have academic audit. What they will do, they will audit your process. Process means they made a lesson plan. Yes, they are also doing. I have delivered the lecture, right? Result analysis, what are the test marks? What is the average score or the highest score? How many students score fairly in the test? Then the exam result, final year semester result. What is your success index? Why API is falling? Why success index is falling? Find out the good, find out the positive from the results, right? Suppose two toppers are, suppose two highest scorers are among the top 20 in the Maharashtra. That is your highlight. The audit will find out the strengths and weaknesses through these processes. Whether the process is right, and what are the strengths or what are the weaknesses, what are the gaps. They do the analysis. This part is also can be taken by IQAC. Analysis of this part also. Both analysis can be done by IQAC. Right? Otherwise, there is already academic coordinator is there. He will do the analysis and submit it to the IQAC. It's up to the institute how to follow it. They do the analysis, then action taken. Combine the action taken together. Make a year. I can make arrow from here to here. Action taken, make a single action taken. Right? Then once you take action taken, what happens? Is there improvement or not? Action taken, you cannot keep quiet. Improvement, how to measure improvement? Devise the method. How do you measure it? If it is yes, improvement has happened. If it is no, and the regions, then action taken again, right? Again go back to improvement. If it is yes, improvement is yes, see closed. This loop is closed. If not, you come back to again no. I region action taken, improvement. No, I region action taken. One day improvement will happen. Okay. So I think this chart will be you can based on this chart you can plan your activities, right? So it is a summary representation of what your IQAC is going to do, right? How you are going to monitor or audit your academic performance, right? Academic results. So this is your flow chart. So IQAC, that is so in IQAC, it should be at least a 3-member cell in which one faculty must be from outside the department, right? One faculty must be from outside department. That means if you are a mechanical, you take it from either from computer or electrical, one faculty. One audit should be at mid-semester, another at the end of the semester. I mean, there should be 2 audits per semester. Auditing parameter must be well defined. What you are going to audit, that flow through that flow chart, you can define that. Right? IQAC will help in identification of gaps and requirements. Okay, so IQAC will help you identify the gaps. Once the gaps are identified, conduct the lecture. Right? So that way, this cycle will keep working. Then new facilities created. Okay. Okay, new facilities created. There, see, in the rate I have written, there should be at least one new facility created every academic year. Suppose I have given one figure here. Okay, 3 years back you created one facility. Maybe you created a language lab. Right? Then 2 years in the previous 2 years, 2 years back you created 2 facilities. Right? Last year you created 3 facilities. So there is number of facilities you are increasing. But of course it will require some monetary investment, right? So what you do is that at least one facility you have to create in a department every year, right? If something is gone old, you replace it with the new one. There is also new facilities created. I mean, right? You can add that we have created before. So at least it should not be blank. At least one facility must be created. So New facility created may be hardware or software. Hardware may include lab equipment, additional lab, smart board, OHP, ICT classroom, computers, etc. As explained by previous sir, result in criteria 6. The software, you can have a CAD CAM, KTS software, what software your body Pro E, digital library, and so on. Okay. Okay, we are able to finish. Criteria 7. Any questions?
Yes, any question, participant, related to criteria 7? Any questions are there? No questions, sir.
Okay, so I continue the criteria A.
Yes, yes.
Institute support system. This is institute level criteria. Okay, 50 marks. So the 8.1 of NBA says that mentoring system to help at individual level, 10 marks. Feedback analysis and reward are corrective measures taken, if any, that is 10 marks. See, this 50 marks is a student support system is according to me, it is a low hanging fruit, right? You should be able to capture at least 40 marks here out of, if not 50, right? This is okay. So it's a low hanging fruit. You can catch it easily without much effort. All right. Much investment, we can say. Effort we have to apply, not much investment, right? So 10 marks for mentoring system. If you have a mentoring system, you are going to get 10 marks, right? Then feedback analysis or reward corrective measure system is there. You are going to get 10 marks, right? What a methodology you are following, 5 marks, record or corrective measures, 5 marks, right? As I said, documents what you do. Also, feedback on facilities. Just taking the feedback on facilities, you will get 5 marks and corrective measures. Career guided training placement sheet 20 marks. Availability hai. You have created a cell, 5 marks. Management of that 10 marks. Effectiveness 5 marks. The low hanging fruit, they are low. Entrepreneur cell you create, right? Though we are not producing or creating any entrepreneurs, but you create a cell, you are managing it, showing them videos and all, right? So, right? You have one effectiveness, that is. So these are 5 marks, right? Now let us see the broader definition of mentoring, right? Mentoring system to help individual at individual level, right? Mentoring is a research validated intervention to build essential assets addressing issues such as skills for academic performance, behavior, attendance, conflict management, and institutional success. See, this is a broader definition. Mentoring is a research validated intervention, right? To build essential assets addressing issues such as skills for academic performance, behavior, attendance, conflict management, and institutional. Don't you take something our words to a counselor? If he doesn't improve, if he or she doesn't improve, we seek counselor for our own children. So it helps. A different counseling and mentoring helps, right? Cricketers have a counselors, coaches, right? Right? They're mature person, but children need coaches. Right? So purpose of mentoring to support and encourage the students that we call mentees, right? To manage their own learning in order that they maximize their potential, develop their own skills, strategies, capability, and improve their performance. To create awareness about the various hidden potential of the students, thereby improving their overall performance. To overcome various weaknesses of the students, to solve various issues and problems related to students, to give a platform for students to express their issues freely and frankly, to form strong relationships with alliances with students of diverse cultures and backgrounds, right? So give a platform for a student to express their issues freely and frankly. So when they're interacting with the mentor, they can really express their viewpoint. Yeah. We can have a suggestion box also at a departmental level also. Grievances, right? Share also. Now, what is mentoring process that we can have? Right? The NBA has not specified any particular method. Please note that. Every institute can devise its own mentoring process, a mentoring system. But what you devise, you must practice and maintain the technique. Right? So I'm going to discuss one method where we have practiced. Right? You can have a principal is your chief mentor or counselor. Principal may appoint external counselor. Right? Principal can appoint an external outside from outside. It may be psychiatrist, something like that. Psychologist, whatever you call it. Right? There are many counselors available in the professional counselors available in the market. You can hire them. So then comes the HOD. HOD is the counselor, right? He is not supposed to hire any. If he has to hire, he should go through the principal only, right? So counselor supported by a class teacher, if need be, right? So he is supported. Then there is a mentor. Mentor is faculty in direct contact with the student. Right? So there is a mentor who are in direct contact with the students, right? HOD is a counselor. He is supported by, maybe supported by class teacher, right? Let us understand the roles and responsibilities. Okay, before mentor. For every class, faculty members are appointed as mentors and class teachers. Type of mentoring all round. Number of students 20 to 30. It is mentioned in the SR. This is mentioned in the frequency of meeting. We can have at least twice a month. Is a good. Once a week you can also keep it, but it should be twice in a month minimum. Function of mentor. Mentor motivate and guide students in all academic, curriculum, extracurriculum activities for value addition as member of society. Mentors should meet the group of students assigned to him or her at least twice in a month. Maintain each student's profile as per given format. You can devise your own format, and you can there you can have a institution name, parent name, address, mobile number, email addresses, percentage marks score in 10th, right? And you can have this in your hobbies, strength and weaknesses. Divide the form so one and maintain a database. Maintain a logbook to record their complaints and issues. Mentors shall redress the students' complaints in consultation with counselor. That is counselor means your HOD. So if HOD is not able to solve, then you will approach the principal. Prepare a list of bright and weak students. Right? Take necessary remedial measures or forward the cases to HOD or counselor. Mentors report his or her activities to concerned counselor regularly as seeks or suggests necessary action if needed. So these are functions of mentors, right? Then let us see roles and responsibility of class teacher. Class teacher is having class is also a good idea, right? But it's not mentioned in the NBA, right? MBA has not mentioned any, given a particular system that we have to follow. But there should be an student support system in form of mentoring. So roles and responsibility of class teacher: guide the students about MSPT rules of attendance for reviewing writing semester exam. For example, many students, they do not become aware that 75% attendance is must, right? Otherwise they will be disallowed. So class teacher will inform them about all these things. To display the lesson plan and portion of syllabus for class teacher. We do it, right? Whenever unit test to be held, right, 1 week in advance, we put on the notice board the syllabus, the portion that will be asked in the examination, right? Call parents meeting, consultation with mentors and HOD. If there are parents meeting, we have to call the class teacher. We call the parents for a meeting with HOD and mentors. Contact and apprise parents, guardians if required regarding academic irregularities and or detrimental activity observed in the states. Right? Detrimental like something like smoking and all those things. And irregularity means it's not attending rate. Attendance below 50%, below 40%, maybe below 20%. Right? So display the names of 3 toppers of the class in the board examination. This is to encourage students, right? So if the 3 toppers are there, we display the names of those 3 toppers, right? So that others get encouraged, right? And those who become topper, right? They will feel delighted that their names are displayed, their images, photo names are displayed on the board. They will take a selfie with that. That inspiring thing. They cherish whole of their life those achievements, right? Share vital information of students with concern, right? Mentors, right? Koi important hai, something like that, right? What an information maybe some health issues also, maybe some financial matter also. So if there is important issue that has to be shared with the mentors, right? Mentoring by counselor. Now, final comes with the counselor, right? Counselor may be outside or maybe, right? HOD, maybe principal himself. Institute may appoint or avail services of the specialized counselor from outside. In case of students facing lack of concentration, motivation, interest, or personality related problem, they are guided by external counselor appointed by the institute. These students are selected on the basis of their inability to cope with the academic studies, lack of attendance, financial issue. Remember that. There will be some 2 or 3 issues, something like that. So you have to, they need an external counselor, thorough counselor. Every effort is made for all-round personality development, students enrolled. Okay. Then what documentation? This is very important. Document what they do. Right? MBA philosophy, remember that. Document what you do. If you don't do that, despite having done good work, you may not get the marks. Remember that. So document what you do. Research profile, maintain. Mentor schedule a meeting with the students. When he is meeting, it is student only on paper. Right? Maybe included in academic timetable. I say our own timetable. Right? We have included that in the timetable itself. So once in a week we are meeting them. Right? In a lighter way, I can say whether we meet or not, at least you have created the evidence that you are meeting once in a week. Right? This is a lighter way. Mentoring logbook, right? Where when you are meeting, you maintain a logbook, right? You have a register. Let the student write there what they experience after 1 hour mentoring. So that will be both. It will be evidence for both attendance also and also what is the output of mentoring, right? Let students mention their issues or remedies gained in the logbook. Attributes to identify weak and bright students that you have prepared a 5. Right? List of bright and weak students with attributes. This is mentioned in NBSR. Attributes of weak and bright students. Right? They are mentioned. If the attributes are mentioned, then you must have list of bright and weak students also. Then you should have students feedback, especially on facilities. Academic feedback is already taken. Student feedback you don't need to take. Mentors don't need to take student feedback on academics, right? They need to take feedback on facilities, right? Call letters to parents, right? This has to be maintained. When a class teacher sends call letters, right, that has to be maintained in the file. These are the documentation part. Okay. You see, I show you one timetable, right? Here you see that mentoring Wednesday 4 to 5. Wednesday 4 to 5 mentoring MB5G. So if you want to take it twice, you can put asterisk here, right? And you can put asterisk here and can write it here fortnightly. We are conducting weekly, so you can write here fortnightly. Sorry. These are the attributes, right? That these attributes needs to be kept as evidence because they mention say attributes of bright students, score above 60% in semester. We consider bright student, good communication skill, good leadership qualities, teamwork spirit, sincerity, punctuality, discipline, any other pursuit that may be identified. The attributes of weak student scores below 60%, right? Communication gap is there. Students are coming from vernacular media, right? Lack of interest, lack of motivation, lack of finance, language barriers, right? Low confidence level, any other barriers that may be identified. Right? Okay, move on to the next. See here a list of bright students I am showing here. Say for example, here it is say roll number is mentioned, right? Roll number 44. It is good in academics, sincere, highly active, interactive in the class, takes lead in the completion of assignments, right? Good in academics, sincere. You see, roll number 51, good in academics, sincere, possesses leadership qualities. So that he can be groomed in the leadership role. This is one example of how to prepare the list of bright students. Right? Then you have a list of weak students. Now here you have given one proof of why they are weak. Right? Academics, so the PTT marks we mentioned here out of 50 over there is scored. Out of 50 is one is 23. Definitely is a weak academy, poor in academy, and there is a health problem also. Right? So all those who are scoring very low marks, they are definitely weak in academics, right? And we have a, let's see, not sincere, poor in academic, 59, poor in academic, not sincere, irregular, less participation. Okay. You see, roll number 40. You see, poor in academic, over smart. It's very shows smartness, but not hardworking. It's not hardworking, but shows over smart. That is it, right? So all these things are listed. Accordingly, we can segregate the students and for mentoring. Right? It's a lot of effort is required. Okay. Then efficacy. You must have a mentoring system, any system that you devise. What are the efficacy, right? How you are going to measure, and what parameters you are going to measure it. See, reduce absenteeism. If the number is absentees are reduced in your lecture particles, right? That means your mentoring is working. Improve in overall academic performance. Is this the weak questions are now scoring better than previous test, right? Then it is improved. Develop multi-dimensional personality, right? Increase participation in institutes activities. Improve attitudes and behavior. Eradicate usage of tobacco, drugs, alcohol, right? Improve parental relationship and support from peers to become worthy citizen of India. That is the final motto. Remember that this is the final motto, to become worthy citizen of India. So this is altogether a different effort that is required apart from just teaching the students, right? So NBA is asking students to walk extra mile to make students a worthy citizen of India. Okay. This is not there, but we have devised one system here. There we can show. See, we have a system. We may have very robust system. All those things. But finally, if experts are, how do show me the result? Their mentoring system is work effective, right? So based on that, we have prepared this mentoring output table, right? You can say that I'm giving example of the civil engineering department, right? In 2015-16, this is true data. This is not manufactured. This is a 2015-16. 2015-16, right? Number of students benefited. 6. How they are benefited? Financially. So they were given. They are very poor. They were given from some scholarship from NGO, some other trust, right? 10 students, their improvement in attendance that can be easily solved. Mentoring, right? Attendance is improved. 5 students, the result improved, right? And then 4, confidence boost, right? So those 4 students, they were having very low confidence, right? Now they are motivated and they have a confidence. Now, what evidence will be? I being an MBA coordinator for the institute, I asked the HOD of civil engineering, how do you give the proof of this? See, financially, you got the evidence, right? You have given us monetary benefit to them, right? That money trail is there. Improvement in attendance. You are maintaining the attendance solution. That evidence is there. Result is definitely available in the evidence form, right? Then what confidence boost? What he said replied, you can call. I can give the phone number and call. Talk to the students, right? That is more than sufficient. You have to trust them, right? Similarly, 14, 15, 5, 7, 3, 3, financial life, improvement attendance, result improvement. All right. Any other things can be available? Change in attitude, right? Yeah, quitting a poor habit. Let's say, for example, some students are found to be smoking, chewing tobacco. Now he left it. We can write it, right? So that is 13, 14. So this will show you that your efficacy of your mentoring system. Okay. Online responses for counseling. Okay. Now because of pandemic, we conducted one online because how issues are not available physically, right? So we conducted an online survey of students for counseling purpose. I received 301 responses from first year to final year for our diploma courses. One question we asked: do you get easily irritated or anger? We were shocked to know that 37% students said yes. This is a quite high number. So counseling and mentoring is a very tough job now becoming, right? If the 37% students say they get easily irritated and angered, what is their age? At the age of 15 years, they are joining diploma. Are they leaving at the age of 18 years? Between 15 and if the students with age 15 to 17, 15, 17, 18 years, 16 years student is getting so easily irritated. So there is anger, mentoring for anger management. Right? I can show you the just a minute. You see, am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Yeah. I'm showing that, you see, do you get easily irritated or anger? You see the 36.9% students. It's a quite high number, dear participants, don't you think? So this is a quite high number, 37%, right? So we are having managing that. So there is a lot of anger management required and constantly required. This issue can be resolved. This issue can easily resolve. 37% so it will reduce to 5%. One proper counseling is required. Good counselor is required. Right? This you require some higher, right? You have to hire some professional counselor, right? Then we ask in which area do you think you need guidance and counseling? You see, interpersonal skill, very low percentage. Career, yes, 30%. Communication skill also 30%. Study skill 25%. Then there is any other. Any other we can inquire what is that any other. So see the study skills we ask, right? And then career and communication skill. So there is a communication skill you can arrange. Gap is identified. Gap identified, you have many sources. From feedback itself, I got the gap identified. I can say gap is identified. Their students are lacking communication skill. Arrange communication skill sessions, right? So then you have then we ask what is the annual income. This is also important. What is annual income of students? See, 40.5% they are between 1 to 3 lakhs. So definitely our students are coming, diploma students are coming from poor background. Below 1 lakh, that is 42%, highest number. So definitely this financial stress is there. That may be one of the reasons why they are getting angered. Correlate, Professor concept, right? Correlate. Because they may not be getting the required the required thing they need, they think. Right? So this counseling mentoring require first you have collection of data is very important, right? And then analysis. Data collection, analysis, action. Data collection, analysis, action. Right? That is required. So you see, if you add them, if I add both 40 plus 42, 82%, 83% students have an income below 3 lakhs. So there's a financial burden is there. Right? So then we ask, do you have financial problems? Right? Now here somebody is coming. Is there no? They are saying 60%. They are saying no. That means 1 to 3 lakh students between 1 to 3 lakhs are able to manage them. Right? So here it is saying that yes. Yes is saying 60%. That means this 40% below 1 lakh, they are included. Our data in IC, 60% are in, do you have financial problem? They are 60% say, 60% should saying yes. And here already we have 40% students, their income parental income is below 1 lakh. Right? So these are the Some data is required. Are you suffering from any kind of depression? Right? 10% students are saying yes. This is area of counseling. This area of counseling, mentoring counseling. You have got the information. All those students, we have got Google form through. I know the mobile number of those students. I know the name of those students. Right? And then we have a yeah. Has COVID-19 affected you mentally? 23% saying yes. Yes, of course. At this present, if I take feedback now, it will go to 60%. This feedback was taken in the first week of February, right? I think, yeah, February. So if I take the feedback now, this figure will go, as to affected mentally, it will go to 60%. Okay. So, okay, with that, okay, with this comes to end. Any questions? Support system I have completed. If you have any doubts, any questions, you can ask.
Yes. Any question, participant, for criteria 8? Any questions? No questions, sir.
Okay, no problem. You see, check the chat box.
Yes, sir. In chat box also no questions are there.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Very good presentation. Thanks a lot.
Oh, thank you, sir, so much.
Thank you, sir. We got good information about the mentoring system.
My pleasure, sir.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, humble request, share the PPT with Varsha madam. We would like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
please.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Surely. Varsha, please remind me for PPT.
Yes, sure, sir.
Okay.
So I
Thank
think
you.
no questions, yes, sir. I want to conclude this session.
Okay.
Okay. So criteria 7, it is continuous improvement. It is for 75 marks. It indicates the action taken based on the result of evaluation of each of the POs and PSO. It gives a summary of effectiveness of teaching learning process. Through this criteria, expert can understand or team can understand how academic is executed by an institute. Then how to decide the action plan? It is through PO attainment. PO attainment depends on the direct assessment, which is of 80%, and indirect assessment of 20%. If attainment is 1 to 2, and then accordingly we need to plan action plan. Then so demonstrated one example. Suppose the target is 2.4 and the attainment level is 1.9, then there is a gap of 0.5. So in that case, there are actions plans are required. So we need to keep the record of supporting documents for documentary evidence of POs and PSO of attainment level. For this, the document in the indirect assessment, we can keep the record of course exit survey, and in direct assessment, we can keep the record of examination scheme related assessment documents. Then, so discuss the gap identification, where the success index is discussed. The success index is taken from the criteria 4.2.1. So how to identify this gap? For that, we need to check the prerequisite topic for a particular course if it is not included in our curriculum. Also, we can identify the skills needed by the industry but not included in our curriculum, and the fall in success index, that is find out the reason. Then I discuss the success index is the number of students who have passed from the program in stipulated period of course duration divided by the number of students admitted in the first year of that batch and admitted in second year lateral entry. To improve success index, we need to reduce the ATKT or backlog. Then I discuss the placement index. This data is also taken from criteria 4.6. The plan of action to bridge the gap and its implementation, it is for 10 marks. And this placement index, for diploma, the higher education can be considered by the NBA committee. Placement index is equals to 1.25 into x plus y plus z divided by n. And this should be above 0.8. And this data is taken from 4.6, where x indicates the number of students placed in companies or government sector through on or off campus, or y indicates the number of students admitted to higher studies, and n is the total number of final year students. The answer also discussed the improvement in academic performance in final year, that is API, which is equals to x into y divided by z. This data is also taken from the criteria 4.5, and the API is the percentage of marks scored. Then, so discuss for internal academic audit to review complete academic and to implement corrective actions on continuous basis. For this, we need to form the various committee at institute level, which is like IAMC, that is Internal Academic Monitoring Committee, EAMC, External Academic Monitoring Committee, IQAC, that is Internal Quality Assessment Cell. These committees demonstrates the example how to form the committees. There must be a quality control and quality assurance. IQAC is similar to the quality assurance. It consists of 3 members. The one faculty must be from other department. So demonstrated the process of formulation of various committee for the purpose of continuous corrective action planning. Then in new facility created, it can be in terms of hardware or software. In software, we can show the upgradation of software, and in hardware, we can include the lab equipment or additional lab. This is all about criteria 7. Then in criteria 8, it is for 50 marks, that is student support system. In this, the mentoring system play a very important role. So NBA not defined any kind of mentoring system for the institute. So there is a flexibility for the institute to form the mentoring system. This mentoring system overcomes the weakness of student, solve various problems related to students in terms of academic and personal. It creates the awareness about the hidden talent of student, and through this, the overall performance can get improved. This mentoring system helps to achieve higher degree of academic performance, and definitely it leads to improve the successive index of institute. Then mentoring committee, it mainly contains 3 members. First one is the principal, who is the chief mentor or counselor, and principal can have a power to appoint the external counselor like a psychiatrist. Then second member is the HOD, that is the counselor supported by a class teacher, and the third member is the mentor, that is the faculty who is directly linking with the student. For every class, assign the mentor and class teacher. 20 to 30 students can be assigned to one mentor. So discuss the different responsibilities of mentor and the class teacher, like twice in a month, we need to conduct the meeting with the mentor and the students and class teacher. Then mentor can motivate and guide the students in all academic, co-curricular, extracurricular activities for value addition as member of society. Call parents meeting, then display the number of board exam toppers of that particular branch, maintain the record of students' achievement. All these are the responsibility of class teacher and the mentor. Mentor should report to the counselor and discuss to resolve the issues are there. Then guide the students about MSBT and institute rules regarding the academic and exam. When committee will come, before that we need to keep the record of student profile, then mentor schedule of meeting with the student, mentoring book. In this book, we can show that student mention their issues and the remedies given. Then the attributes to identify the weak and bright student, student feedback on facilities, call letter to the parents. So all this proof must be available with us. Then mentoring slot must be mentioned in academic timetable. There are some attributes to identify the bright and the weak students. So the attributes for bright students are those who score above 60% marks, those who good in communication skill, good leadership skill, team spirit, sincerity, discipline, and punctuality. And so these are defined by sir. We can have the flexibility to define more attributes. Again, the attribute for weak students, those having weak students score less than 60%, then communication gap is there, lack of interaction, lack of motivation, finance problem is there, language barrier is there. So we can define accordingly the weak students. And accordingly, the list of bright and weak students must be prepared for each student. Why this mentoring system is prepared? It reduces the absenteeism. It improves the overall academic performance. To become the worthy citizen of India, this mentoring system is very helpful. So we must show the output of mentoring to the committee, which shows what benefits or that students got through this mentoring system. And sir also demonstrate the online feedback form taken for the mentoring system. So we need to also conduct for our students. So thank you so much, sir, for conducting session on criteria 7 and criteria 8. On behalf of Government Polytechnic Thane, I am thankful to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Here, today's sessions are concluded. Tomorrow we are having our first session based on criteria 9. And the second session is based on visit schedule of committee and what institute need to do. So thank you so much all the participants.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thanks a
Arun,
lot.
feedback link.
Thanks a lot.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. I request all the participants, please leave this meeting.